Hi, people. So now let's have the part three of this episode. What is statistics? So for this one, we'll be focusing on the more on the data management or the data collection. Okay. First off, let's have the first type of data collection. We can have the interview method. Now, technically, whenever interview method is you are to interview someone in order to collect a data. Now, the most common practice for this one is you will just approach the respondent, tulo nimo. You will ask for their information, and that's it. That is, you can now collect your data just in a real life scenario. You can also have it like tahay sa kanto, chika chika, o diba? You can learn something or you can collect a date. You can collect data just by having a chit chat with others outside. Next, we have questionnaire method. Questionnaire method, this is somewhat the same with survey. So you have a set of questions, and then you will ask your respondents about it. So for example, what can you say about what can you say about this particular topic? And then you have now the data collected. Third, you have the document method. Document method is somewhat just um, you are to collect things from document method is the method where a researcher avails of information gathered and stored by individuals or institution, whether private or government, made available for other researchers. Now, for document method, you can have or collect data from it. Say in the internet, there are sites wherein, example dito sa Pilipinas, there are sites wherein you can view kung ilan ba ang population na Davao City. Ilan ba ang population ng Panabo City? Ilan ba ang collection, ilan ba ang mga babae, mga lalaki, ilan ba ang mga single, mga married in that particular city? Just by looking into a particular website, a government website, pero meron din naman mga private na website or non-government website that you can view. Then the fourth one, we have observation method. Observation method is the method where the data is acquired and recorded through direct observation by the researcher on an actual situation. It is relatively expensive. Totoo. Now, an observation method, okay, pinaka practical na example for observation method is, say for example, in your science class, you are tasked to plant a particular seed. Sige, say for example, pechay. You will observe how that particular seed will grow. Ano ba yung mga ginamit mo? Ano ba yung dapat gamitin mo for that particular seed to grow? And then, each day, ano ba yung observation mo sa seed mo? Did it grow? Nabuhay ba siya? Lumaki ba siya? Or namatay? That is observation method. Now, say for example, sabihin natin sa isang barangay. Observation method. Sige ha. Mga chismosa sa kanto, they will say, ooh, imuhang sanina, imuhang buhok. Observation method. Alright. Now, the last type of the data management is experiment method. Experiment method is the method where data is also gathered by the researcher himself, just like observation method. Yes. However, the researcher is allowed to make manipulation as required by the experimentation process. This kinda time consuming and expensive. Sige. Differentiate natin ang observation at saka si experiment. For observation, you will just plainly observe a particular thing. Sige. You will just plainly observe with the seed kung nag-grow ba siya. Now, for the experiment method, you will pwede kang sabihin natin meron kang tatlong seed ng pechay. First na seed is wala kang fertilizer na ilalagay. For the second seed, lalagyan mo siya ng fertilizer. Yung fertilizer na chemical or yeah, chemical fertilizer. Then for the third seed is lalagyan mo siya ng organic fertilizer. Now using the experiment method, you will now see how does the three seeds will differ in terms of their height. Sino ba yung mas matangkad sa kanilang tatlo? Is it by using organic fertilizer? By just using nothing? I mean, just the water? Or is it by putting chemical fertilizer? Ayun, that is experiment method. Now, second topic for the data management is the presentation of data. Let's have textual form. From the root word itself, text. So for the textual form, this is where data is exposed through printed or spoken words, such as through printed or oral media. Now, di ba kanina we had the collection of data? Say for example, um, nag-interview method ka. For the interview method, of course, you will have a textual form of data. Meron ka makukolect na data. Now, you can write that one. You can just simply write that one in a sentence or in a paragraph. Ganun. Now, for the graphical form naman, the second one, graphical form, this is where data is organized and presented through the use of various kinds of graphs. It facilitates analyzing, summarizing, and understanding voluminous set of data. There are different types of graphs. I hope you remember this types of graphs. Common graphs are line graph. The illustration of the line graph is parang ganito. You have the x and the y axis, and then you have now your graph. You also have the bar graph. For the bar graph, it looks like this. Meron ka dyan, bar, ayan, bar graph. Next, you have histogram. Now, what is the difference ba of histogram and the bar graph? Sa histogram is, they say, na dapat magkadikit ang each bar. Fourth, we have the pie graph. Fifth, pictograph, cartograph, dot graphs, team and leaf, and then the bugs and whiskers. Later on, is the dot graph will be used for the last topic of this course. Sige. Then lastly, for the presentation of data, we have tabular form. From the root word itself, table. Data is arranged in rows or columns. So ganyan. Those are the types of the forms of presentation of data. Now let's have the descriptive measures. The most common descriptive measures are mean, median, mode, range, variance, standard deviation. So ayan, those are the most common descriptive measures. For the mean, that is the same with the word that is synonymous with the word average. The median is the middle term. Si mode naman is ano yung element na magsige o balik-balik. The most, the element that keeps on repeating. And then, yeah, that is for the descriptive measure. Then we also have the elements of probability. Now, um, I will not go deeper for this the probability thing, but I will just talk about, I guess, two things for the elements of probability. The first one is the permutation. Permutation, this is the case when objects are drawn and arranged, while the combination, the case when objects are drawn with no intention to order. Ayan. That is the two most important things about probability. Now, so yeah, that is the end of the part three of our What is Statistics. So thank you so much for listening and see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye bye.